In our fast-paced world, celebrities shine bright, then sometimes fade away. As we cherish the new stars, it's crucial not to forget those we lost along the way. Surprisingly, 2023 had its share of silent goodbyes. Join us as we highlight 20 celebrities we unexpectedly lost this year. Number 20. Angus Cloud. Losing a talent is always a blow, and sometimes it strikes us in the heart. This was especially true when news broke of Angus Cloud's passing on July 31st, at just 25 years young. Angus, if you've not had the pleasure of watching HBO's hit teen drama Euphoria, was a diamond in the rough. He brought to life Fezco, a character that on paper might sound like your typical drug dealer. But with Angus's touch, Fezco was transformed into a soul with a golden heart, someone who taught us not to judge a book by its cover. But what's equally heartbreaking is the battles Angus faced behind the scenes. Hailing from Oakland, a place rich in culture and challenges, Angus wasn't just an actor on our screens. He was a son, a friend, and a young man navigating the roller coaster of life. The recent loss of his father weighed heavily on him, and even though he wore his heart on his sleeve, talking candidly about his struggles with mental health, it reminds us that so many are fighting battles we know nothing about. Through his family's statement, there's a message that echoes long after you've read it. In their poignant words, they remind us that it's okay to reach out, to share, and to remember that many out there might be feeling just as lost or lonely. Number 19. Paul Rubens. When we talk about those rare talents that can span generations and bring pure joy to viewers, Paul Rubens' name surely tops the list. The world felt a collective heartbreak when it heard of his passing on July 30th, after a 6-year battle with cancer. 70 years on this planet, and what an impact he made. Imagine Los Angeles in the 1970s. A lively comedy scene is bursting at its seams, and among the many trying to make a mark was Paul, a bright star within the comedy troupe, the Groundlings. It was here that the world got its first glimpse of a character who would become nothing short of legendary. Pee Wee Herman. By the early 80s, Pee Wee Herman had stolen hearts, first with The Pee Wee Herman Show and then iconic films like Pee Wee's Big Adventure. But Paul, the genius behind Pee Wee, wasn't just a one-trick pony. From the zany Pee Wee's Playhouse on CBS to memorable roles in Batman Returns and Mystery Men, Paul's talent lit up screens big and small. Paul Rubens was, quite simply, a gift. Number 18. Mark Gilpin. The world of cinema has witnessed the rise and fall of many stars, but some leave an indelible mark, a memory so strong that their absence feels like a void. On July 29th, we felt such a void when Mark Gilpin, who once charmed audiences as a child actor, left us at the age of 56. His battle with glioblastoma, an unforgiving brain tumor, came to an end, but the memories of his performances continue to shine. 1978 was a significant year for Mark. He gave us an endearing portrayal of the title character in Where's Willie? That very year, he took on a role that would secure his place in Hollywood's annals as Sean Brody in the sequel to Steven Spielberg's iconic Jaws. Being chosen for a role in Jaws 2, directed by Jenno Swark, was no small feat. Hundreds of young boys auditioned, but Mark's talent shone the brightest. It was a family affair too, with both his sisters April and Perry featuring in small roles. Mark's cinematic journey was nothing short of spectacular. Films like The Legend of the Lone Ranger, Earthbound, and Surviving showcased his versatility. Surviving, which boasted a cast including Ellen Burstyn, River Phoenix, and Molly Ringwald, was a turning point. But life has its own script, and Mark eventually chose a path away from the limelight. Swapping scripts for codes, he transitioned to a career as a software engineer. However, no software could replace the memories he gifted his audiences. Number 17. Robert Swan. A familiar face on both the silver screen and the theater stage, Robert Swan's passing on August 9th tugged at the heartstrings of many. At 78, after a courageous battle with cancer, the world bid goodbye to the veteran actor. Born on October 10, 1944, in the heart of Chicago, Swan's acting journey began with a splash in the 1980 sci-fi romance Somewhere in Time, where he shared the screen with Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour. His knack for sports films shone brightly as he starred with legends like Gene Hackman in Hoosiers and John Goodman in The Babe. And who could forget his role in Rudy? He also left his mark with roles in iconic movies like The Untouchables and Natural Born Killers. On the TV front, Robert graced our screens alongside Jane Fonda in The Doll Maker and made memorable appearances on All My Children. But his passion wasn't just limited to screen acting. Back home, he lit up the Chicago theater scene and even founded the Harbor Country Opera in Michigan. Robert Swan was undoubtedly a man of many talents. Number 16, Johnny Hardwick. In the vast tapestry of television history, certain characters are so iconic, so relatable, they feel almost like family. Dale Gribble from King of the Hill was one such character. And the heart and soul behind that animated persona? Johnny Hardwick. Johnny's journey began in Austin, and by the 1990s, he was carving his unique path in comedy. He achieved a special distinction, becoming the first ever stand-up comedian to grace the stage of The Jon Stewart Show. Little did he know, a chance comedy gig in Los Angeles would alter the trajectory of his career. It was there that Greg Daniels and Mike Judge saw something special in him. They envisioned a character for a new show they were brewing, a show we now fondly remember as King of the Hill. Johnny's voice charmed audiences as Dale Gribble in the Emmy-winning King of the Hill. His portrayal of Hank's eccentric buddy spanned over 250 episodes between 1997 and 2010. With the upcoming Hulu reboot, fans eagerly awaited Johnny's return as Dale, promising more laughs and memories. Number 15, Shelley Smith. The 70s witnessed a myriad of stars, but few shone as brilliantly as Shelley Smith. A beacon in the world of modeling and later acting, her journey was cut short on August 8th when she passed away at 70. As the news broke, hearts worldwide felt the weight of her loss, more so her husband of 18 years, actor Michael Maguire. Through tearful eyes, he shared the sad update via a Facebook video, speaking of the cardiac arrest that tragically ended Shelley's journey. Born on October 25, 1952, Shelley's life was anything but ordinary. The early 1970s saw her grace and charm enliven the world of fashion. The cover of Harper's Bazaar showcased her ethereal beauty, followed by illustrious spreads in iconic magazines like Vogue, Glamour, Mademoiselle, and several others. As she reigned supreme in the modeling realm, a new venture beckoned her in 1979. Shelley dazzled TV audiences, from her standout role with Martin Short in The Associates to game show appearances like Dick Clark's $10,000 Pyramid. Yet, beyond acting, she profoundly touched lives by founding Hatch Fertility, an egg donor fertilization company. Her legacy extended beyond the screen, impacting lives in meaningful ways. Number 14, Clarence Avant. On August 13th, the world whispered a sorrowful goodbye to the man fondly known as the Black Godfather of not just music, but also entertainment, politics, and sports. Clarence Avant was 92. For countless black artists, Clarence wasn't just an executive. He was a guardian, guiding them through the intricate maze of the entertainment world. Think of any legendary name like Quincy Jones, Jay-Z, Whitney Houston, Lionel Richie, Snoop Dogg, Queen Latifah, or Pharrell Williams. And there's a high chance Clarence Avant was a guiding force behind their success. As we rewind to the 60s, a younger Clarence was already making waves. His two record labels became launch pads for musical giants such as Little Willie John, Lalo Schifrin, Sarah Vaughan, Bill Withers, and Sixto Rodriguez, among others. Clarence wasn't just a music mogul, his negotiation prowess also elevated sports icons like Jackie Robinson and Hank Aaron, with Hank's deal being historic in its value. Beyond sports, presidents like George H.W. Bush and Barack Obama sought his advice. His legacy graces both the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yet Netflix's The Black Godfather offers a candid look at the legend behind the scenes. Number 13, Magoo. The world of hip-hop mourns another luminary. At 50 years old, Magoo, the vibrant force behind the rap duo Timbaland and Magoo, left behind an indelible mark on the music scene. Magoo, whose real name was Melvin Barcliff, embarked on a musical journey in the 90s with his partner in rhyme, Timbaland. These two gifted teenagers from Norfolk, Virginia, paired up to make history. But before they gained their legendary status as Timble and Magoo, they had their humble beginnings with SB1, which means surrounded by idiots. Melvin's journey with Timbaland as Timbaland and Magoo bloomed beautifully, giving the world 3 soul-stirring albums. In 1997, they unveiled Welcome to Our World, which was followed by Indecent Proposal in 2001. By 2003, they graced fans with their music one last time, releasing Under Construction Part 2. Their musical portfolio wasn't just about quantity, but undeniable quality. They collaborated with some of the biggest names in the industry, Jay-Z, Twista, Ludacris, and Brandy, to name a few. When reminiscing about Magoo's hits, it's hard not to hum the catchy tunes of Up Jumps Da Boogie. It wasn't just a song, it was an anthem of its time, made even more iconic with the voices of Missy Elliott and Aaliyah. Number 12. Chris Peluso. The curtains have closed on a luminary of Broadway, Chris Peluso. At the age of 40, on August 15th, the world lost a star who had illuminated stages from New York to London with his exceptional talent. Chris's journey in the theater began with a spark of promise. In 2004, audiences first caught glimpses of his potential when he was an understudy for the balladeer in the revival of Assassins. His versatility shone brightly as he effortlessly transitioned between multiple roles, from Louis and Nicholas in Elton John's Lestat to not 1 but 3 leading roles in Beautiful the Carole King musical. Yet it was his portrayal of Sky in the beloved Mamma Mia on Broadway that truly solidified his place as a star. The lights seemed a little brighter, and the applause a bit louder every time Chris took the stage. His affiliation with Wicked was equally remarkable, both as the charismatic Fiyero and as an understudy. Chris shone both on Broadway and off-Broadway with standout performances in The Glorious Ones. His talent also captured London's heart in hits like Showboat and Miss Saigon. His charisma in the UK tour of Funny Girl further solidified his remarkable stage presence. Number 11. Nancy Frangione. The golden era of soap operas was graced with many shining stars, and among the brightest was Nancy Frangione. Sadly, on August 18th, at the age of 70, this talented actress left a world that had been so beautifully colored by her performances. In the late 70s, Nancy embarked on a journey that would move the hearts of countless fans. It all began in 1977, when she took on the role of Tara on All My Children. For 2 years, she embraced the character, bringing Tara's emotions and struggles to life. But it was in 1980 that Nancy truly became a household name. Her portrayal of Cécile de Poule-Ignace on Another World was nothing short of mesmerizing. Cécile was a character you loved to hate, cunning, clever, and always up to something. Such was the depth of Nancy's portrayal that she was honored with Soap Opera Digest's Outstanding Villainess Award. And while actors might move on from roles, the connection Nancy had with Cécile was so profound that she revisited the character several times, stretching from 1980 all the way to 1995. Nancy also dazzled in varied roles, from comedies like The Nanny to dramas such as Matlock. She took us to the future with Buck Rogers in the 25th Century and touched hearts in Highway to Heaven. Her range also extended to TV movies like Sharing Richard. Her exit feels like a soap opera's cliffhanger, sudden and leaving us longing for more. Number 10. David Jacobs. In a world where television was rapidly transforming, David Jacobs emerged as a beacon of creativity, crafting stories that captured the hearts of many. On August 20th, at the age of 84, this legendary writer and producer, who gave us unforgettable dramas like Dallas and Knots Landing, left a void in the world of entertainment. David's journey in the television industry started in 1977 with the series Kingston Confidential. From that point onward, the sky was the limit. Throughout the years, he became a staple name behind many shows, from the family dynamics in Family to the compelling narratives of Kaz and Married the First Year. He showcased his versatility. Every project he touched turned to gold, highlighting his exceptional knack for storytelling. David's masterpieces, Dallas and its spin-off Knots Landing, defined TV eras. Dallas, with its 356 gripping episodes, brought the Ewing family's oil empire drama alive. It paved the way for Knots Landing, which showcased California drama over 344 episodes, while shorter-lived, his 56 episodes of Paradise also shone with his genius touch. Number 9. Terry Funk. The wrestling world draped its flags at half-mast on August 23rd when Terry Funk, the WWE Hall of Famer, passed away at the age of 79. Spanning an extraordinary career that lasted over 50 years, Terry's prowess in the ring, combined with his immeasurable influence on the evolution of hardcore wrestling, placed him firmly amongst the sport's most revered legends. Throughout the years, he developed some of the most iconic rivalries wrestling has ever seen. Fans would wait in anticipation for his bouts, especially against the likes of Jerry Lawler and Ric Flair. Yet beyond the rivalries, Terry was known for his genuine heart and was a guiding star to upcoming talents. Mick Foley, another wrestling icon, looked up to Terry not just as a senior but as a mentor. Beyond the ropes and the bright arena lights, Terry showcased his talent in front of the camera in a different way. He made memorable appearances in film and television, sharing the screen with the likes of Sylvester Stallone in the gripping arm wrestling drama Over the Top and the ever-charismatic Patrick Swayze in the action-packed Roadhouse. His flair for performance was evident in TV episodes as well, from the eerie tales of Swamp Thing to the time-jumping adventures in Quantum Leap and the wild escapades of the Adventures of Briscoe Country Jr. But the layers to Terry Funk didn't stop there. With a spirit that couldn't be contained, Terry ventured into music. He released 3 albums, serenading listeners with the gentle strums and vocals of soft rock. It's not every day that one encounters a wrestling icon who can also pull at your heartstrings with melodies. Number 8. Bray Wyatt. On August 24th, the wrestling community felt a heart-rending tremor as Wyndham Rotunda, known to millions by his ring name Bray Wyatt, left this world at the tender age of 36. Born to wrestle, Wyndham hailed from a lineage that was no stranger to the roar of the crowd, the slam on the mat, and the adrenaline of a match well fought. With wrestling in his veins, he was the cherished son of Mike Rotunda and the proud grandson of the legendary Blackjack Mulligan. The saga of wrestling greatness continued with his younger brother Bo Dallas and his uncles Barry Windham and Kendall Windham. A true wrestling dynasty, and Windham, or as fans loved to chant, Bray Wyatt, held the torch high. Throughout his career, Bray Wyatt's achievements were nothing short of spectacular. He clinched the WWE Championship, proving his mettle as one of the finest in the arena. He conquered and held high the WWE Universal Championship, a testament to his unyielding dedication and prowess. And as if that wasn't enough, Bray Wyatt went on to claim the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship and the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Each title, each win, was a chapter in the story of his illustrious career. Number 7. Bernie Marsden. The world grew a little quieter on August 24th when Bernie Marsden, the soulful rock and blues guitarist of the legendary metal band Whitesnake, passed away at the age of 72. In 1978, a year that saw the birth of numerous rock legends, Bernie found his home with Whitesnake. With his deep love for music and unparalleled talent, he didn't just become a part of the band, he became its heartbeat. And in that beat, hits like Here I Go Again, She's a Woman, and Fool for Your Loving were born. Songs that still resonate even years later, stirring emotions and igniting the spirit of rock in fans worldwide. By 1981, Bernie's journey with Whitesnake came to an end. Then he embarked on a solo adventure, producing several albums that showcased the depth and range of his musical prowess. Soon after, he formed 2 groups, Alaska and MGM, a further testament to his endless drive to create and share music. Beyond just playing them, Bernie held a deep fascination and reverence for guitars. Hailing from Buckingham, England, he was known not just for his skill, but also for his vast collection of these beautiful instruments. It was an obsession, a love story. His 2018 book, Tales of Tone and Volume, captures this passion, offering a glimpse into what he described as one of the most unique and expansive private guitar collections in the world. The world took notice of Bernie's dedication. Gibson Guitars, one of the leading names in the industry, honored him by releasing a limited edition Gibson Les Paul solid body electric guitar aptly named the Beast. For many, this guitar symbolizes Bernie's indomitable spirit and his everlasting contribution to the world of rock. Number 6. Bob Barker. On August 26th, the world dimmed its lights in memory of Bob Barker, the heart and soul of The Price is Right for a remarkable 35 years. At the age of 99, he left behind an unparalleled legacy that stretched across decades and touched the hearts of millions. Bob's journey in the world of entertainment began in the realm of radio. But it was television that truly recognized his charm, warmth, and potential. In 1956, Bob graced TV screens as the host of Truth or Consequences, a role he faithfully played for 18 years. But destiny had something even grander in store for him. In 1972, CBS introduced its audience to a new wave of daytime entertainment. And at the forefront was Bob, entrusted with the reins of The Price is Right. It wasn't just any show, it became the show. Almost overnight, nearly a third of all American televisions would flicker to life, eagerly waiting for Bob and his contestants. The show wasn't just popular, it became an institution, with Bob Barker its undeniable icon. Generations grew up hearing Bob's iconic phrase, and the actual retail price is. It wasn't just a line from a show. It was a moment of suspense, of joy, of utter anticipation. For years, even after the show made its mark in prime time, fans would line up for hours outside CBS Television City in Los Angeles. Yet all good things come to an end. And on June 7, 2007, Bob made a heartfelt announcement. It would be his last episode of The Price is Right. At 83, he chose to step back, leaving behind a show that was more than just games and prizes. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Before we go on, like this video and click the notification bell right now. It's time for today's subscriber pick. Here is a picture of our rom-com star Adam Sandler. But with the whole black and white tone and that cancer symbol, we can't help but feel a little worried. From what we know, he seems to be doing well. But do you know something we don't? Is he okay? Did something happen to him? Let us know in the comments below. Now, on to the next topic. Number 5. HSH A Parody. A soft hush fell on the world of television on August 23rd as we bid farewell to HSH A Parody, an unforgettable face from our childhoods. At 78, she closed the curtains on a life that saw her play many roles, but none as poignant and cherished as schoolteacher Alice Garvey on Little House on the Prairie. For many, HSH wasn't just an actress. She was a part of our growing up experience, a constant in our living rooms, shaping our evenings with tales from the prairie. Interestingly, her journey with Little House began in a different avatar. She initially graced the show in its 3rd season as another character. But by the 4th season, destiny and directors alike saw the potential for a more enduring role, and Alice Garvey was born. From that point on, HSH as Alice became a fabric of the show, teaching not just in the Prairie Schoolhouse but in our hearts as well. Over 30 episodes, we saw Alice's journey, her joys, struggles, and the everyday tales of life on the prairie. But who could forget her heart-wrenching final scene? In a heroic attempt to save children from a devastating fire at the schoolhouse, a fire inadvertently set off by Albert Ingalls, Alice met her tragic end. Beyond the prairies and the schoolhouse, HSH's talent took her to other shows and movies. She brought her unique touch to episodes of Unsolved Mysteries and Second Noah. And who could forget the stern yet endearing Principal Dimley on Kenan and Kel? But through all these roles, Alice Garvey's shadow loomed large, a testament to the depth and power of her portrayal. Number 4. Ron Sephus Jones. On a somber day in August, specifically the 19th, the world had to say a reluctant farewell to the immensely talented Ron Sephus Jones. At 66, the world lost more than just an actor. It lost a shining beacon of stage and screen, a storyteller par excellence. Many came to know and love Ron through the raw, heartfelt role of William Hill in the NBC drama This Is Us. His portrayal wasn't just acting. It was a masterclass in emotion, vulnerability, and depth. As the biological father of Randall Pearson, played by Sterling K. Brown, he left an indelible mark on viewers' hearts. It came as no surprise when accolades came his way, with a Screen Actors Guild Award and not one but 2 Emmy Awards crowning his achievements. But Ron's magic wasn't limited to the small screen. The theater, with its immediacy and intimacy, also benefited from his immense talent. He breathed life into roles in plays like Richard III, The Tempest, and Clyde's, earning rave reviews and standing ovations from enamored audiences. If you flipped through channels, you might have caught glimpses of Ron in other beloved TV series. As a character in Luke Cage, navigating the intricate plot of Mr. Robot, diving deep into the story of Truth Be Told, or solving mysteries in Law and Order, Organized Crime. And cinema, with its vast canvas, wasn't untouched by Ron's prowess either. Films like Across the Universe, Dolomite Is My Name, and Half Nelson were all elevated by his presence. Number 3. Darren Kent. A melancholic wave spread across the entertainment world upon hearing the news of Darren Kent's passing on August 26th. Only 36 years old, the gifted actor and director from Essex had already carved a unique space in the heart of cinematic and television audiences worldwide. From his early beginnings in the 2000s, it was evident that Darren was a force to be reckoned with. Films like the spine-chilling Mirrors saw him showcase his talent. But it was Snow White and the Huntsman, where he starred alongside big names like Chris Hemsworth and Kristen Stewart, that truly catapulted him to the limelight. Yet for many fans, it was his memorable appearance in the Season 4 finale of Game of Thrones that left an indelible mark. Beyond the power of his performances, Darren's resilience and tenacity stood out. Despite living with a rare skin condition, he never let it define him. Instead, he continued to shine, securing roles in beloved television shows like EastEnders and the BBC's rendition of Les Miserables. The silver screen, too, was richer for his presence. My Feral Heart, The Little Stranger, and Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves are just a few titles where audiences were treated to Darren's talent. Not content with simply being in front of it, he also delved into writing, directing, and producing. His short film You Know Me, released in 2021, serves as a testament to his multifaceted talents. Number 2. Tom Jones. The curtain has fallen for Tom Jones, the gifted writer and lyricist behind the iconic musical The Fantastics. He took his final bow on August 11th at the age of 95, leaving behind an indelible mark on the world of theater. Born on February 17, 1928 in Littlefield, Texas, Tom's passion for drama was evident early on. It was at the University of Texas where fate introduced him to Harvey Schmidt. Little did they know that this meeting would birth a lifelong collaboration, resulting in some of the most cherished musicals of our time. While the duo graced us with classics like 110 in the Shade, I Do, Philemon, and Celebration, it was The Fantastics that became the crown jewel of their creative partnership. Despite initial mixed reviews, The Fantastics charmed audiences for 42 years on Off-Broadway, setting a record with over 17,000 shows. The musical, recognized with the Tony Honors in 1991, cast legends like Liza Minnelli and Glenn Close. By the year 2000, it inspired a film, and in 2006, fans saw the musical revived once more off-Broadway. Number 1. Tony Bennett. The golden era of American music feels a little quieter. On July 21st, at the age of 96, Tony Bennett, the man with the voice smoother than silk, left us after a brave fight against Alzheimer's disease. Before he was Tony Bennett, he was Anthony Dominic Benedetto. Born with a voice that was destined to capture hearts, life took him through the trenches as an infantryman during World War II. Yet, as with all warriors, he returned with dreams. Using the GI Bill, he honed his singing talent, and by 1949, Columbia Records had recognized the gem they had found. America's musical landscape was about to change. From that point on, hit after hit rolled out, serenading the nation. But Tony wasn't one to be confined to a single genre. By the mid-1950s, he dived into the realms of jazz and swing, collaborating with legends like Count Basie and Art Blakey. And who could forget the soul-stirring I Left My Heart in San Francisco? Tony graced us with over 60 albums, even collaborating with the iconic Lady Gaga on 2. His incredible talent earned him 20 Grammys, a Lifetime Achievement Award, and 2 Emmys. His unique Guinness World Record, re-recording George Gershwin's fascinating rhythm after decades, showcasing his timeless appeal. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.